Hello everyone, welcome to Jets TV. Please comment, rate, subscribe guys, comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos as well, man. I want to thank everyone who does watch and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. So without further ado, folks, it's Super Bowl time. I'm ready to talk about NFL football. The time is here for two teams to sit down and figure out who's going to take this ring home. Who's going to take this trophy back to where they play to celebrate with their fans. I've already done my recap for last week. For the conference games, you all know the Eagles and the Pats are in the Super Bowl, and I'm ready to talk about it, man. So let's go ahead and get into my Super Bowl picks, okay? Clearly, Super Bowl's here. Eagles, Pats in the Super Bowl. Let's talk about it. First thing I'm going to cover is the Pats side, okay? I got some questions about the Pats here. First question I have for them is defensively. How would the Pats handle Jay Ajayi? This is a guy that is dynamic, man. He's a speedster. He can move. He's got some wheels on him. But he's also a guy that comes out the backfield and catches the football very well. I think the Eagles are going to use him early and often in this game to kind of move the football just a bit, to loosen some things up so that could open some things up for their throwing game. I'm a little bit worried about the Pats because this is a matchup that a lot of people, when they play the Eagles, have definitely struggled with because this back is serious business. The other question I have for the Pats is on offense. Fletcher Cox, a monster out there defensively for the Eagles. Can they get the Eagles pass rush led by Fletcher Cox? Can they get those guys blocked? Because I know for a fact the Eagles are going to want to come out in this football game and take the heart out of the Patriots early. Okay, and to do that, you have to get to Tom Brady. You have to bang him around, and the Eagles have the personnel to do that. Again, Fletcher Cox, that dude is a monster. I think he's looking to have a big game today. I know he's looking to have a big game today. And I think that if he can get out there and really wreak some havoc in that backfield, really move Tom Brady off the spot, throw off the timing of the offense, because a lot of Patriot stuff is based on timing. And if he can throw a lot of that stuff off with his pass rush and his superior play, man, it could be a long day for the Patriots. They have to find a way to get that guy blocked. My other question for the Patriots offensively is, can Cooks keep this going? You know, at wide receiver, can him and Brady continue this connection that they found? Last game, Cooks had 6 catches for 100 yards. I mean, he looked very solid out there. I think he has some favorable matchups, especially with this Eagles defense. Some of the things I think they'll do offensively because they're going to move Cooks around a bit in this football game, I predict. So I want to see, can Cooks continue, you know, to keep this thing going? Can him and Brady continue to get this connection? And can he have a big game in this Super Bowl game? And I think that's huge for the Patriots offense, especially, you know, with him and Gronk kind of playing off each other. Now I'm going to go to the Eagles side of the ball. Man, you look at the Eagles, a lot of people are already counting them out. They're saying, you know, they're pretty much done. They're just here to get killed. But I think the Eagles have way more of a chance than a lot of people, you know, are giving them. And for me, it starts with offensively, can the Eagles produce running the football? Okay, look, everyone knows that most people have come in with kind of this formula to beat the Patriots. And one of the things you have to do is you have to keep Tom Brady off the field. Okay, that means you have to dominate the time of possession. That means you have to run the football solidly. And the Eagles are going to have to do that today. And I think a big part of that, outside of Jay Ajayi, is going to be LeGarrette Blount. Okay, he's the battering ram of that backfield, you know, for those backs right there. He's the guy that's the power back that's going to run right through you, run right over you, and keep it trucking, all right? And they're going to have to get the ball to him probably early in this football game when they're facing those 3rd and 3s, you know, those 3rd and 4s, maybe even those 3rd and 2s where they have to keep the chains moving. And I think that's going to be very, very big to stay offensively effective in this football game. The other question I have for the Eagles defensively is, look, how are you going to handle Gronk? I mean, he's been cleared to play, you know, so he's definitely going to be playing in this game. I'm pretty sure, you know, he's going to give it his absolute all, you know, whatever he's got. And I'm wondering, how are they going to cover this man? Are they going to bracket him? Are they going to double him? You know, how does that affect your coverages as far as blitzes? Because I don't think you ever really want to man up with Gronkowski if you know, can avoid it. You know, and if you're not going to bracket him, if you're not going to double him, you know, again, how are you going to deal with him? Are you just going to allow him to kind of get his, but nobody else is going to be able to get theirs? There's so much you're going to have to deal with when you're talking about this tight end, man. This guy, to me, honestly, is probably the best tight end in the entire league. And he's just a monster, you know, especially after catch as well. He's always open because he's so big. It doesn't even matter if he is technically covered. You throw a jump ball up there, he's going up there and get it with the best of them. So I think that is going to be a big headache today, is figuring out how to corral Gronkowski and how to kind of keep him, at a minimum in this football game. You cannot allow him to go off. So that's a big thing for me with the Eagles. And the last thing for me with the Eagles is, I think this is the biggest of all, is can they handle the moment if they get up in this football game? I don't think a lot of people are factoring that in. How many times have we seen teams get up on the Patriots, whether it be in the regular season or the postseason, and then they just kind of fall apart? We saw that with the Falcons. They got up big and they just kind of fell apart and let the Patriots back into the football game. If you have your foot on the gas against the Patriots, you cannot take it off. I don't give a damn if you're up by 45. You keep going out there and playing like you're down 23, okay? You keep going out there and you keep trying to produce offensively. You don't ever stop against the New England Patriots, ever. Because they, at no point until the whistle blows, until the clock is done, until the refs say, hey, game's over, end of regulation, they are still in the football game. Look, I am a Jets fan. I have seen it thousands of times when we've played them where you thought, hey, game's over, we're up by 14, we're up by 21, and they just find a way to get back into the football game somehow, some way, because they're so well coached and they're taught to never quit. Can the Eagles continue the momentum? Can they just continue to keep their foot on the gas if they're up? That's a big question for me with the Philadelphia Eagles, because so many teams falter when they get up. So, with all of that said, guys, I know a lot of people are going to think I'm crazy right before I say this. I know a lot of folks are going to think I'm absolutely nuts, all right? I am taking the Philadelphia Eagles to win this football game, to win the Super Bowl, 30-27. I said it, all right? Eagles will win the Super Bowl 30-27. I think the Eagles get up a little bit late. I think it's going to be pandemonium. Things are going to get crazy, but I think they'll handle the moment just well enough to be able to take it away in the game, win by 3. So again, I am picking the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. I'm giving them more of a chance than a lot of people are giving them. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. I know I'm going to get a lot of comments. Some people may be wild. Some people may agree. But I'm telling you, I think the Eagles are primed and they're ready. They're ready to win this game. So again, I am taking the Eagles. So now we're going to get into it. We're moving. My Super Bowl pick is out there. Now we're going to move forward. We're going to talk about some Jets, all right? Because clearly we're not in the Super Bowl. We weren't even in the playoffs, whatever. But that's what we need to talk about here, going forward. How can this team get better so that we can be in contention next year, And so covered the wide receiver position last week. Kind of some issues there. Robbie Anderson, that can turn into a mess if we don't, figure out what we're doing there. But this week, I want to talk about our tight end position. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about our tight end position and how I feel about it. Going into our tight end position, this is one of the positions where I'm kind of feeling a little bit more comfortable than a lot of the other positions we have in our football team. I think it's pretty set here. But there's one major, question mark, which shouldn't be a question mark because we have tons of money, and that's, can we get ASJ re-signed? Look, we got $100 million. I think this guy is a very solid tight end. I think he could be extremely productive within our offense once we get our quarterback position set. I think a lot of games this year, we didn't feature him as much as I thought we should have. There was a lot of games, you go back and watch the tape, where he's running wide open and he's not getting the football. And I think that affected a lot of his numbers, because a lot of people just look at his numbers and go, well, he can be replaced. No, he can't. ASJ is one of the biggest parts of this offense, and going forward, he's a weapon that we need to keep on this football team. I know he's looking for $6 million per. They're going through the negotiation processes right now. I know the Jets have offered him, a bit less than that. Again, this is just negotiation, okay? You're going to try to work it out to where it's a deal that works for the team and works for the player. To me, I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that ASJ will be back on this football team and will get signed. If we do let him go, I think that's a major mistake. But again, I think ASJ gets re-signed, maybe a little less than $6 million per, maybe $6 million per, whatever. I'd be fine with that. And we get him back on this football team. He's a guy that we need going forward because he's a big-time receiving threat here. You look at the other guys, Jordan Leggett, the guy we just drafted, he was hurt pretty much most of this year. Didn't really do anything. There's a lot of question marks surrounding him and whether he can be productive at this level. I think he's going to have to answer a lot of questions next year. Next year, he's going to have a year where he's, healthy. And then we're also going to have to see, can he play at this level? Can he be a guy that goes out there and be a tandem with ASJ and be a receiving threat? Because that's what he was brought here to be. And I think he has the ability to do that. You look at some of the things he did in college, had a ton of catches. Was one of the best tight ends, ever to be at his college. And, I think at this level, he can get it done. He's just got to stay healthy. Tomlinson is also another guy that really showed up this year. Really showed up for us at tight end and did some things out there on the football field. If Leggett does falter and does not come back next year and get things done, I think Tomlinson can be a great guy to go out there and fill that role as well. I think we can go into big sets with him and ASJ and give these defensive fits. So I'm not as worried about, if Leggett does, kind of crap the bed and never pans out to be anything. I think Tomlinson would be a guy that can come in and fill that. And the other, guys that are on the roster as well, Cragg and Sterling, guys that come in, special teams, those guys are solid as well. But, they're clearly not as much in the mix tight end as, Tomlinson, ASJ, or Leggett is supposed to be. So I think our tight end position is solid. I like it a lot. Again, getting ASJ back and re-signed I think is big for us, but I think we'll get that job done. So I'm set here. I don't think we have to attack anything in free agency as far as tight end. If we bring ASJ back, all this is, again, leaning on the fact that ASJ will be here with us next year, and we have the money to do that. And I don't think we need to attack the draft either. Tight end as well. I think these are guys that we can roll with, we can go into the future with, and stay on this football team and be productive for us. So with all that said, guys, I want you guys to comment, rate, subscribe, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe. Like the videos. Also share the videos as well. I want to thank everyone for watching. Please comment down below, folks. Let me know what you guys think about my Super Bowl picks. Let me know what you guys think about a little bit of Jets talk. If you aren't a Jet fan and your team's out in the Super Bowl, let me know what you think about your team's offseason. What do you guys have coming up? What do you think you need to improve at? Where does your GM need to focus a lot of his efforts to better your football team? So let me know what you guys think. So again, have a good time with your families. Enjoy Super Bowl Sunday. Be safe out there. People party different. People do different things. Be safe out there. It can get kind of crazy. Enjoy your times with your family and make those moments count. All right. Have a good one, folks. Peace.